Once the deployment is completed, you can access the Denodo Solution Manager server and also the Denodo Standard in production workload by using the respective virtual machine's IP address or DNS name. Now, let us discuss how to access the Solution Manager server using the Solution Manager administration tool. Once the deployment is launched, all the servers such as Solution Manager, Denodo Standard, and also the web containers will be started by default. Therefore, you can just use the virtual machine's IP address or DNS name in order to access it. To get the access related details, let us click on the Go to Resource Group option, which is under the Next Step section. The resource group contains the list of virtual machines launched for different Denodo components. Here, let us click on Denodo ST8SM, which is the Solution Manager virtual machine. In this page, we can see all the details of the Solution Manager server, such as public IP address, virtual network, subnet, and also the DNS name. For connecting to this Solution Manager, let us copy the public IP address by clicking on the copy icon. Now, we'll launch any one of the supported browsers for accessing the Solution Manager web tool. In our scenario, we are using the Firefox browser. In the default Solution Manager web tool URL, you can replace the host name with the IP address of the Solution Manager server deployed in the Azure cloud instance. Then, in the username, you can use the default admin user. And in the password section, you need to use the password which we specified while configuring the instance details. In our instance, we are going to use the password which we defined during this demo. Finally, click on Sign In to establish your connection with the Solution Manager. You could now click on the environment details and you will be able to see two environments like development and production already registered in the Solution Manager. Similarly, let us now check if the Design Studio embedded in the Denodo production environment can be accessed using the Solution Manager, as the production virtual data port server is already registered in the Solution Manager administration tool. In order to connect to the Design Studio of production environment, let us double click on the VDP 8.0 production. In the VDP 8.0 server page, we can see the Design Studio icon next to the name section. Clicking on the Design Studio icon, you will be redirected to the web page with the URL to launch the Design Studio of the production virtual data port server. Here, you can input the username as admin. The password will be the administrator password which we specified when creating the virtual machine. After providing the credentials, click on Sign In to connect to the virtual data port server. Alternatively, you can also launch the URL directly using the browser and then access the Design Studio. Let us now check this alternative way for accessing the virtual data port server using the Design Studio web tool. In the browser, you can directly search for the Denodo Design Studio URL. Once done, you can see the Design Studio page where you need to enter the credentials and the connection string for connecting to the virtual data port server. Here, you can enter the username and password for accessing the virtual data port server. Once done, we have to provide the host name of the virtual data port server in the connection string. To get the host name of the virtual data port server, let us go back to the Azure portal and click on Resource Group. Here, we need to click and open the production Denodo Standard virtual machine, which is Denodo ST8 VDP. On launching this virtual machine, you need to look for the private IP address to access the virtual data port server of the production environment, as it's an internal component registered in the Solution Manager. You can copy the private IP address and then navigate to the browser where we have the Design Studio launched. Then we need to replace the default hostname, which is localhost, with the private IP address which we have copied from the Azure portal. Finally, You can click on Sign In to connect to the virtual data port server. That's all for this video series about Denodo Standard for Azure. Please register for the 30-day trial version by using the link shown here. If you have any questions regarding marketplace deployment, please do not hesitate to reach out to us by sending an email to cloud.solutions.denodo.com. Thanks for watching.